All right, hear me out. Hear me out. Um, Resting here before an early dinner. Chicago Marathon 2024 starts tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Wave C, Corral C. Um, coming off Eugene Marathon, 2:59:25. Great effort, right down the middle. Like, felt good, no bonkage. Like, just turned on the jets, 17-18 mile marker, and put a lot of pressure on myself through this block for training towards a 250. Very egregious. I mean, I've been racing, quote unquote, for like maybe a year and a half, 2 years. This is my fourth marathon. Um, and I did some cardio before that, probably a year and a half of like COVID cardio, no watch, no phone, just like happiness runs. So we're here. Pre-race nerves, obviously very apparent. Been trying to get as much food as I can in me. Carbo loading. We'll have a bunch of pasta tonight at like a relatively early hour. Nervous now. I know usually when I touch the line, I get very like competitive and very confident and excited and juicy, as we call it. But I think that I definitely put a good deal of pressure on myself through the block and just to perform. And I think that, it's a hobby. It's something that we do for fun. It's something that, obviously you want to get better at with time. And I think we put a lot of time into this shit. And you want to make it worth it. And obviously every race is different. And, you see like the Abbott World Majors, right? Like there's 6 World Majors right now. And like I always keep reminding myself that there's another race. There's always going to be another race if I want to keep doing this stuff, if I want to continue to improve. But I don't race like that. I race like every race could be my last race for whatever reason. I'm just super competitive. I want to leave it all out there. I know that I have a good deal of time to recover through the holiday season. But I don't know. I don't feel as confident, weirdly. I don't know. Before it was like sub 3, break 3, break 3. And like that was like the thing, like the sub 3 club, right? Like the sub 3 club, you're in, you're fast, like everyone knows it. And then when you get there, you're just kind of like, now what? And you got to set another standard because if you don't work towards something, you're not going to grow. So obviously I pushed and I want 250. And, Boston's qualifying time went to 255. So, I'm trying to be Q. Like I want to be Q. I want it like nice and clean, like maybe a 252, maybe a 253, maybe something that like I can hang my hat and be like, all right, come registration next year, like I'm going to put this shit in and I'm going to get into fucking Boston without having to raise $10,000 again. So that will be a goal. That is the goal. Different race. Two of my good buddies, Vince and Carlos, ran with me the first 17, 16 miles of Eugene. I had a really good monochrome, just clicking off miles, average pace. Chicago's going to be a bit different. I have a couple buddies that one's going for 302 to 259, the other one's going for 249, 252. I'm kind of somewhere in between there. I think it's going to be more of just like me versus me. I'm a little worried about, what I've been seeing with the GPS, with losing that early on. I'm also hearing things about the wind. Like there may be 1 or 2 people, sorry in advance, but I'm going to be the minnow. Like I am going to draft. I don't care. I'm competitive, and if they tell me to fuck off, like I'll go find the next guy to draft off of. So definitely been putting in a lot of thought. I do feel ready. I feel like if anything, I overtrained. I definitely put in a lot of miles. Like I was probably the last 4 or 5 weeks, I was averaging high 50s to 60 miles per week. Just around 2,000 miles for the year. And, I'm not like someone who ran cross country in high school or college, or, I was a baseball player. I don't have that like background in cardio. So, this is still, I feel like, new to me, even though it's my 4th marathon. I still feel like I'm learning a ton, and I feel like I'm pretty composed and pretty locked in through my training. But we'll see how tomorrow goes. Just got to hydrate well. I got to fuel well. Got to hide behind someone for the wind. And we're just going to roll off of the World Major Marathon energy. I think that will be the most important thing. Between 18 to 25 is going to be fucking run with the crowd, feel good, gel up, do not stop, obviously, and just stay 640 and change. Like 640, 630. Like, if I can stay 6:40 first half and then chunk down and feel good about it, it's going to be a very good race for me. So, the bib number, I'm going to share all that stuff, I think, when I post this, but I should actually grab my bib. I think it's like 20783, I think. But Corral C, I will share that shortly as well. But there we go, Chicago Marathon pre-race breakdown.